Hey, how you doing, Aries? How you doing, Aries?
I am gonna Gucci. How about you? This
Oh,
is
you know.
my friend Casper.
Pleasure to
Nino
meet you, Casper.
What's going on?
So what's the tea?
Well, my campaign manager died yesterday.
Oh my god! Wait, who?
Achi Acha.
Oh, he died? What happened to him?
Well, I yelled at him. He got suspended and, now the cops think it's me. As much as I wish it was, trying to remain clean.
What the fuck?
The people over persons.
Yeah.
Should always be the people.
That's right. There wasn't really too much to it. He was going around pissing off people, like robbing banks. And then he had the audacity to start questioning what his cabinet position would be. So that he knew whether or not he was wasting his time. Kind of came out of nowhere. So I was like, we can't have that. Suspended.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. So what are you gonna do now?
Well, continue on, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't affect things too much. There's some people that think I killed him, but including the police department, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, not really something I'm too concerned with in the grand scheme of things.
Doesn't seem like the cops like you anyways. I was at your rally and they seem to have a lot to say.
Yeah, I think a lot of the cops have this, like, I don't really, how do I put this? There's a lot of brain damage cops.
Oh, I see we've been now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, there's not really any, like, good way of putting it. I mean, like, you know, pretty much from the onset, I'd be, you know, defending clients in the cells, and I don't know, some of them would always get like a little, like, look, I'm not gonna mince meat. Some of them will get butthurt just for defending my client. You know what I mean? Like, why are you asking for the paperwork? Why you, like, what do you mean? Like, he obviously did these things. I'm like, well, you gotta prove it. You can't just, like.
Everyone has a right to the court.
Exactly.
You know, trialed.
I think the problem is, like, a lot of them are so significantly incompetent, but they're so sure of themselves that when challenged, they kind of see it almost at the same level as, you know, like back in the day when maybe people in the cells would get a little too rowdy and shit would get a little too real. Like, that's kind of like the pushback I tend to get. So, I mean, from the onset, yeah, I think there's been a unjustified, like odd behavior coming from them, like as if I'm a criminal. I'm committed a fucking crime and God knows how long.
As soon as that badge goes on, they think they're above the law. I've seen it firsthand.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna shape them up one way or another, and
that's what we need.
That's exactly it. And I think they know that. I think some of them are genuinely afraid of their jobs, and they should be. Because the thing is, it's about the future of Los Santos. And if it doesn't have a strong framework, cops that are primarily, you know, focused on serving and protecting and knowing they can't tread on your fucking rights, well, they shouldn't be cops to begin with, quite frankly. And,
you know, honestly, it looks like Cornwood.
Yeah. A lot of good happened yesterday. Constitution got pushed out. I'd like to say I played a decent sized role in that whole thing, and I want to take that fucking energy and I want to bring it back. And so I'll tell you a couple things. I threw up a website, votenino.com, so it's got like all my ideas. We've been cooking this shit for like weeks now, like playing for mayorship. I know you got Oswaldo out there who's trying to garner votes, but those are going to be empty promises. In fact, I think a lot of candidates are going to give a lot of empty promises. I got a fucking plan.
I didn't really
podcast,
hear
so let's
much of
hear
his
it.
plan. He just started spewing, I'm going to do good things. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing will be to see how many votes he garners. It'll underline the level of delusion that there is. He's a good guy, don't get me wrong. I think down the line he'd make for an interesting mayor. But right now the city needs to rebuild, and you know, that's why I got a team who's gonna be putting up a Department of Commerce to make sure businesses go up and they get the publishing, the resources they need, so that empty places become lively again. Number two, I'm gonna uplift these lawyers so that there's always lawyers around. Let's see how many are around right now.
None.
None?
I'm calling it right now.
It's me and Solomon. Yeah,
Oh.
that's not enough, you know?
Yeah.
Next, selectmen, so that we have representatives that you can vote in to help, you know, give your opinions on like legislation. Because right now, the way the system's set up is the mayor has absolute control. And I want to make sure that control goes back to the people. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, pass legislation where there's a secondary vote where people can put up, like, you know, representatives, vote them in. Whether it's the PD or whether it's like different groups of folks, you know, push them up so they got someone that they can lean on to make sure their voice isn't like lost. Because we can't have another, you know, Max and Shaban again, who entire focus
those were
was
some
passive.
terrible people. Left Shaban down, but no.
Yeah, they it was so fucking obviously self-serving, but I think so many people had the mouth wrapped around that man's cock that they couldn't see it. You know, I think it was tickling their brain. But what kind of issues have you guys been seeing? What do you want to see change?
There's, well, like it was said at your rally, you know, definitely a lot of inconsistency for sure.
That is true. The thing about the felons not being able to have businesses, I even brought this up. I brought this up and I said, even if, for example, even though I'm a felon, am I not providing jobs to other people who want to work?
Agreed.
I mean, sure, I'm a felon, right? But that doesn't mean I'm going to go and use that money and for
to do
illegal
nefarious
things.
shit.
That
Exactly.
money is an investment for my business and my people that work for me. I shouldn't have my right taken away just because I have a label on me.
Mind you, the felon doesn't even have to be violent.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
I just think it's really insane.
Yeah, that's one of the first things that is on our mind. I think it might even be on the website. I agree. So not a lot of people, including in the entire structure has been corrupt from the core. The premise of everything has been everyone is a felon. They're just waiting to become one. And the law sort of chokeholded individuals to the extent that if you got caught doing a felony, all your rights got taken away. You couldn't even fucking dig yourself out. It was fucking bullshit.
We're just not even people anymore.
But exactly. Like, I mean, the amount of individuals I had to defend with clean records because the claim was they lost their gun was insane. So I'll put it this way. Number one, felons should be able to own businesses. This whole tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 thing is brain dead. As is most of the legislation that city council wrote, because I think they literally spoke to like one or two of their friends who didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, and then they passed law on it. Instead, let businesses fucking, it doesn't matter if you're a felon, if you're not a felon, run your business. I will say that, like, you know, if the cops, let's say like a felon owns a business and whatever, if they get raided and the business is under their name, sure, it gets raided. Let it happen then. I see zero reason why we need these like half-baked rules where like the cops can just walk inside and search your shit. Like, that's just asking for trouble. Like, it's not like a well thought out thing. Because think about it. Let's say Aries, you know, someone's like, you know what? I think she's a criminal. Let's just walk into her business and start looking through her stashes. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, and maybe
Looking
they
for
find
suspicious reasons to
insanity.
Yeah, it's just, it does people dirty, and that results in people getting mad, and then it becomes an endless fucking cycle. And then, you know, you got the PD who's just Pikachu face as to why people just don't take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
And then they get fed up, and then the people start fighting back, and then people get shot.
exactly. It's not a single nation in the world has ever, you know, built itself up by imprisoning individuals. That but for some reason that concept is completely lost. Like,
well, I knew they were brain dead from the start whenever I heard people were going around saying that Los Santos was the name of this state. The state name is San Andreas, and we're currently in Los Santos. I'm glad they figured it out, you know, because now we're having 2 mayoral elections or whatever. But people didn't even understand the difference between Blaine County and Los Santos. That was the first day I knew that these guys are idiots.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, conversation's been lost with a lot of them. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell who's got the head on straight and who doesn't. Unfortunately, I think far too long there's been pollution within the like the PD, and, you know, stretching into what was the previous DOJ, where every conversation I think was just inherently bad faith. So if you came with a different perspective on things, there was no conversation, right? And so hopefully we start to see change in that space, right?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. This goes without saying, but there's a very real chance that another candidate can get a popular vote, right? You never know. People are it's like G6. You sit outside an airport somewhere, you bring them down to the polls, they can get a lot of votes, right? So I'm gonna need all the help I can, but more importantly, I want to destroy that election to kind of show that change was needed, and I think that's kind of what that vote represents. So whatever friends you got, like, if you believe in the message, anything and everything you can do goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there
you know, I definitely do like want better for myself. Better for my friends, my peers. I want better for the city. So
yeah,
if you think you got it, I really support you.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that. Are there wait, what is this? DOJ host. Oh, okay. It looks like they got the video out from yesterday's announcement. They got rid of stop and go, by the way, if you don't know this already.
Yeah, I heard. I feel like if they were just gonna get rid of it, then they should have just, you know, stuck to like the original law. Stop at a red light and wait for it to turn green.
Yeah, I think some of that stuff I'd like to bring back, maybe like a yield and go or some shit. I don't fucking know. But gotta start with the simple stuff first. Any other concerns or things that you want the my cabinet to start looking into?
Off the top of my head, no, but I'm sure I can definitely think of something like when like it does pop up, and I have your number, so I can just like text you or like call you.
Perfect. My line's always open. All right.
Casper, you have anything?
Yeah, I don't have anything in the top of my head right now either. Other than that, I think they just need to, you know, focus more on the people. They're more worried about restricting everything and turning it into like a, what's the word?
Police state?
Like a police state. We don't want that.
No. It's
like a dictatorship.
Exactly. If you can't go to Bella Noches, then where the hell can you go?
Yep. That's exactly it. If this city falls, you know, what the fuck's left? A lot of us is at home. That's right. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm always available, whether you need a lawyer or like need help finding one, or have any questions about the campaign. And that includes after mayorship. I want to make sure the cabinet is big enough so there's always someone available to, you know, take in concerns and whatnot.
Oh, for sure.
Sounds good.
I could definitely relay this message to my peoples as
All right.
well.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. And if you want to set one up for all of them, like, you know, just let me know. Give me a call. I'm usually awake like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, take care.
Take care. I ain't gonna say that because we're walking in the same direction, but you know, take care.
Hell yeah.